everybody. Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset. And I'm already tickled as I move up on the plateau and I talk to my good buddy Jimmy Maynord. And we were just head coach of the Cookeville Cavaliers, but we was just laughing a little bit about he just heard the news of Brentwood going to play Oakland, and Coach has already had a little dose of Oakland. And if you don't mind commenting, Coach, tell us a little bit about your thoughts as far as playing Kevin Creasy and knowing that you're catching video at noon on a Wednesday.
Well, that's tough. I mean, that's tough on anybody just because of, trying to get ready for them. So, they do a lot of stuff in the wing tee, and you don't see that. That's just not what you see a lot of, and you got to spend some time on that, and then throw in the other stuff that they do offensively. And just it's a tough preparation, even if you got a week to prepare for them. They got such good players, and they do a great job coaching them. It's tough, but I know Coach Crawford's, he's a awful good football coach, and they got a good program, and I'm sure they'll do the best they can do to get ready for them. And it should be a great football game. I'd like to see that football game. It should be a good one.
I talked to Coach Creasy and I asked him what he does. He says, well, I'm going to do my walkthrough, Stork. I'm not going to do anything different. I mean, and is that what you do, Coach Maynord? I mean, really, this game he's playing, I mean, I like this game as far as Coach Creasy getting tested. You want a little taste of that other side of the bracket, don't you?
Oh, you sure you do, and it's it's two good programs, two probably of the top picks that's has been picked to maybe meet in the championship games or a championship game, and it's I know it's a short time for both of them, but I know both coaches well. They do a great job of their program, and it'll be a good football game.
And if you were in either one of them's position, either if you was at Brentwood or Oakland, you pull the trigger and do the same, would you not?
Sure you would. I mean, you got tomorrow to have a pretty good session, and Thursday you kind of got your walkthrough, but it gives you about a day and a half to try to get ready, and but you're going to do what you do, and that's what both of them will do. I mean, that's you've worked this long to get this far, and you can't change things. You just got to be who you are and try to make the best of it. And hope that it's good enough.
You talk about that, and that you bring up a great coach, and as long as you've been doing it 41 years, and Coach Maynord, you bring up a great point. Who you are and what what you put together as an offensive coach or defensive attack. You really got to look at what you got on the sideline and say, what are we capable of, or what do we look like, or what do we think we can do, and stop teams or score on teams. Am I not right?
Well, you do. You got to play within your means. You got what you have, and we're in a situation as high school coaches. We have to play what comes through the doors of our school, and try to make sure that in high school that you adapt to your talent level, and which is different than maybe at the college level where you recruit to what you want to do, and you just have to, you just got to make sure you're sound and try to get the most out of your kids for sure.
Well, you've had some great football games. You come away with that Coffee County win, and it was a little close there. Take me a little bit through that, Coach.
Well, we had some misfortunes in the first half. We scored to go up 7-0, and then we score another touchdown, about an 80. Our quarterback Stockton Owen runs about an 80-yard touchdown and gets called back, and we end up having to punt, and we shank a punt and give them the ball on the 13-yard line. They end up punching in, scoring, and it ends up 7-7, and then we're driving the ball again, and we go in and score again, and we get it called back for holding. About a 35, 40-yard quarterback runs another one in, and it gets called back. And then the very next play, well, not the next play, but we're moving down, and we're on about the 18 going in right before the half, and get a bad snap, and the ball's on the ground, and they're blitzing, and they pick it up, and they scoop and score, and they go up, end up going up 13-7 at halftime, and we end up, I guess, scoring, or they end up scoring again, and then we end up having to score twice and win the football game. But it was just a kind of a crazy game. Give credit to Coffee County. They played hard. Their kids played hard. But, our misfortunes and our, I guess one of the plays, I guess I questioned the call. I looked and looked and looked, and I do not see a holding penalty. And for whatever reason, they call for holding and brings a touchdown back. When you get 2 touchdowns called back and you give up a scoop and
I've
score,
been there, Coach. I know you're starting to scratch your head. I've had that over in a couple places, blocking in the back in youth football. But there's a couple of refs out there that they get a happy flag. I don't mean to say it, but I can say it. But they sure can. They sure can take care of you in a heartbeat.
It can definitely change the outcome of a football game.
It's not like it's just like when one of your good players gets his 3rd foul in the 2nd quarter early.
Right.
It's a physical ball game, whatever. Now, if he deserves his 3rd foul, that's fine. But if you get 3, 4 fouls quick early in the 2nd quarter of a basketball game, and you're looking at the video, look, it's no different than you can look at that video everybody wants to between Blackman and Bowling Green when we went up there 3 or 4 years ago, and I don't care what anybody says, but if I had those officials, they chopped that game in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Now that's all there is to it, And you're in a fix, and the worst part about it is, Coach, I don't care you doing it to me, but don't do it to a bunch of kids. That's what fires me up.
Well, it is what it is, and there's nothing to do about it. And don't always agree with stuff, but that's part of the game. That's part of the game. You live with it. You try to overcome it. But as part of our kids, we were able to overcome it.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not trying to take anything
No.
They did a great job, and they're much improved. Coach Green and his staff have done a great job with their program, and they've got some good players on that team. And obviously they had beaten Siegel the week before, and so they are a much improved football team.
Well, and like you said, just a lot of people don't want to line up and play Coach Kevin Creasy and Kid Hartsfield and Will Kreisky or even going over to Rockville or it's tough to come to Rutherford County and play football, and you sure don't want, like you said, you don't want a dose of that other side of the bracket of Smyrna and Stewart's Creek and some of them. So, it's just a tough place.
It is tough, no doubt about that.
Well, moving on, and doesn't get any easier, Coach, as you play one of the top 10 teams in the state, and it's been a long time since they've been in the top 10, but boy, you got a big one Friday night, and it's Warren County, is it not?
It is, and they've 6-0 probably haven't been that way in probably 30 years, but they really, I think this is the year for them. And I knew this coming in. I had picked them after we played them last year. I told everybody that's the dark horse of our league. They've got an outstanding young man that plays quarterback for them. It's just, I don't even know how to describe him. He's so hard to tackle. You watch the Blackman game, and I don't know, he had about 240 yards rushing, and it was just, at times he really made them look bad. And I know that Blackman has athletes, and they had a difficult time tackling him, but he's done it to everybody. And I recall last year we had a difficult time with him, and he's just one heck of a football player, and he makes that team go, and he's got some good pieces to go with him. And, Coach Turner's really turned that program around, and they've got a lot of kids out and got a lot of, good athletes right now, senior dominated team. So it's going to be a tough chore for us. Hopefully we can match up and play well and get some breaks. We need some breaks in the game probably to win the football game.
Arsenal-wise, do you feel like you're okay going into this? I know you'd love to have the kid back that you lost early in the season, your tailback, but do you got what you got, Coach, as far as going in? Are as far as your bullets?
Well, we got what we got, and we're still down one of our starting inside linebackers. He's probably out for a couple more weeks, and maybe one of our offensive linemen, and of course our tailback. But we haven't had everybody there, not one game this season, and that's just part of it. That's athletics, and that's especially football. You just you're very fortunate if you don't have injuries, and we've had our share already, and that's difficult to overcome. But, we got to play with what we got, and we're going to coach them up, do the best we can, and hopefully that's good enough to win a football game. If it's not, we'll line up in 2 weeks and come back and play again. That's how it works.
Yeah. And speaking of that, are you off next week, the whole week? I talked to Coach McDaniel. They're only off a couple of days. How's your fall break going to fall, Coach?
No, we're off. We're off the whole. We're actually off 2 weeks as far as school. We're out of school for 2 weeks. And we don't have a game next week, and then we have Siegel the following week. And we always give our kids some time off and let them, and a lot of times that's a good vacation time for them. And I don't know how that's going to work this year with the COVID and all that, but we'll give them a break from it. And we've been going a while now, and it's worked out well. We've done it the last 3 or 4 years, and it's worked out well for us. We'll come back the following Monday and get started back.
Well, Coach, wish you the best of luck during your break. A nice long break, and I'm sure you can always use it. And I guess I'll talk to you in about 2 weeks as we head into Siegel, I guess.
Hey, that'll work.
All right, good luck.
I hope you had a good golf trip.
I did. I didn't play too bad, and then Judy and I went to we had to go up to St. Louis for an appointment over the weekend, and I had a really good game. We played up at Polo Fields in Louisville out at Oxmoor, but it's a good little old course, good little track. We didn't win. I didn't have. There's a couple of guys out there. There's a guy out there named Hollywood. He can literally knock the fire out of the ball. I mean, he can played at Montevallo, played college golf, and consistently wins the longest drive, consistently places either first or second. And I think he got second, him and his group, but I played with him before, Coach, and I picked up some hardware riding in the cart with that cat. He can tote it. But anyway, Coach, I hope you get to play a little bit over the break. It's going to be beautiful weather, and I know it'll be beautiful up on the plateau.
Hey, thank you, Stuart.
All righty, bye.